All right, guys, this is an old match, and I'm just gonna talk my shit the whole way through it. I can do this because this is one of the guys I've been teaching for the longest time. But let's just get into it. Sorry, Jake, I'm gonna be roasting you the whole time. It's actually a long time ago. I don't completely remember the match, but I get the gist because I do remember him. This guy was always on his radar, and we finally got the chance to go up against him. So, all right, first thing I want to comment on. Um, this guy right here, super cool dude, you could tell, but why are they always standing right here? I feel like it's on purpose. Like I feel like they're trying to block the camera because, if I was reffing, I'd probably want to be about right here in the corner here. And then my vision would be about this much and I'd have minimum head turning to do and I could see the whole entire mat in here. But no, I guess there's a strategy to just stand right in the middle so everyone watching can't see and all the people who are actually coaching behind you can't see because it makes a really hard view. I didn't actually take this video. I was trying to coach and see around this door right here. Anyway, coming into the match, what do we got? I told Jake to fight for inside grips. I know we were working on that. He's kind of going for collar. He pulled guard, so we probably planned stand up because back here he didn't listen very much. I do kind of like that world star sweep, but here we are back on our feet. Inside grips is what I want. You can see his opponent has inside control, meaning like the hands are inside, not outside like this, like monkey bars or like riding a Harley. Okay. At least we're staying on the hips here. The guy on top is trying to smash. That's doing a good job. Jake's locking up half guard. Now back in the day here, Jake is gonna lay flat. I I prefer facing your opponent. So on your side, you don't want your two shoulders pinned. You want to be flat. But he works these wonky sweeps that he just got, so he kind of baits them. Ooh, and right here, I want what I want Jake to do right here. Here we go. Let's go a little bit further. Stand up. I like this spot right here, but what I would love to see Jake do is Hoidyukin and uppercut this bitch up to the sky, this shoulder, and drop this one down to the floor and kind of create like a cow catcher, like you're steering the school bus. You know, if you had an old fashioned school bus wheel right here, and you're just cranking that bitch all the way to his right. And that a lot of times drops the shoulders to where the person is gonna like steering cattle. It's gonna drop to the floor. I think I was yelling that to him. But he kind of locks him in the sumo position. He also has a choice at head control and snapping him down to the ground too, pulling the head to the floor, getting him low, getting his center of gravity. And this guy pulls guard and goes instantly into like a deep half. Now, we knew this guy likes to do deep half. We talked a lot about the deep half in here. For the level that we're at, which is blue belt, and I think this is Jake getting into competition. Um, I like how he's kind of hanging out and not spazzing right now and kind of figuring out his balance because this is this guy's A game, and we knew that coming into this match. So the more this guy is going to be able to kick base or Jake's base out either direction or kind of make him do a split. This is a stick figure doing a split. The more it's going to compromise Jake. This is why I think it's key to start getting this knee through here and don't leave your knee behind. Let's see if homie gets it. Does he get it? No, I like how Jake takes control of that arm. I would staple it on the floor, but he doesn't. So going back to taking control of his arm real quick. I would either hang out under the armpit here so you got complete leverage of the shoulder. But if that's going to be too tight and the guy's going to compact, I would grab the wrist and just pin the wrist to the floor. And with that guy's wrist to the floor, you might not have control of the whole gadget here, but at least you got something stapled. And you know that his bump is going to be a little bit limited because you know this guy's trying to space your base out and then he's going to try to sweep you. These feet are wide open too. I wonder what I'm yelling at him at this point. I don't have the volume on my iPad on. We're just gonna watch him struggle for a bit. What the fuck are you doing, Jake? Yeah, he just when I said get comfortable, he started actually getting really comfortable. But nonetheless, like again, this is this guy's A game. We knew it. Uh, they each have an advantage right now if I'm looking at the scoreboard correctly. And Jake gets back to a position here. Boom. This is what we preach. Really unathletically trying to pass the guard. But you notice the first chance Jake gets his foot back down here. Perfect. Now we're in a normal half guard. He's going to try to knee slice through. Boom. He's dropping that knee through. Really unathletically, but he's dropping it through and he's trying. Which is literally this is what I yelled at him about before this match. This is his second match. He had problems on the first one, and I told him this is number one. This is the number one seed, and this is the guy we've been looking for. So we need to make some corrections, and this is what we went over: is getting this knee pushed through the middle of this guy's legs, so he can't do that. So I think if he's listening correctly, his I don't like his posture. His posture is complete shit right now. But see how this knee keeps coming through inside the guard here, and not on the outside. This is what we were preaching. Now, what I want to see is his knee come up inside. Hopefully, he does. No, we go to guard. I want the knee to go up and then push the knee outward to kind of open the guy's legs. Use your knee and your pressure to open the legs or pin one leg to the floor. But I don't know if we were there yet with this, but very nice. As you can see, the difference in him pushing his knees through the middle is giving this guy a lot of problems and not letting him enter the A game. Oh man, I feel a feeling if I remember correctly, this just about gave me a heart attack. So he has a good position here to take the back, or at least get his seatbelt and get cross control on this guy's back. And he was not taking that risk, which I didn't. I was trying to tell him it's not much of a risk. You can hunker down on that, but I can't even see the scoreboard. But he's hunkered down on the hips. He's kind of doing like an MMA style, honestly. Like we're kind of keep control of those hips. So maybe you should start raining down punches if he really wants to win this fight. Don't punch people in IBJJ. That's stupid. But right here, this is yeah. This is where I almost had a freaking heart attack. Letting go of the guy and jumping up. So we must have won by an advantage. I think maybe he has a couple advantages here, and it was just he just squeaked it out. But towards the end here, which I'm sure most human beings would do, but Jake will not, is get your seatbelt so that you have them locked in. Or even if you reach under the armpits here, I'll teach you a little secret. If you reach under the armpits here and grab this lapel and pull it tight on both sides, you'll get yourself like kind of like a double under grip, almost like you're holding a parachute. And that'll give you some good control. They get a little bit of movement, but if you're hunkered down like that, it's going to be really hard. And I obviously want chest on chest control right here. It's pretty freaking obvious, but it's probably melted in my head because I was screaming it at this point in the match just to get that control. And even if you want to stall or try to ride it out or keep control and squeak out the win by those couple advantage points, this was huge, bigger than it looks on YouTube, but this was huge because this guy was number one and on all the brackets. And this was early in Jake and I prepping for all these tournaments and all this tournament footage that I have of him and probably will release more of him. So shout out to Jake for at least squeaking out a win via advantage points. And we actually became good friends with Jake and this guy became good friends and they talk and call all the time. And then the coach that was coaching him and I are actually good friends and we're in the same division. He's been on this channel several times too. I'll let you figure out who that is. But as always, let me know down below what you think of this match, how you would fix this match, and what I didn't bring up or what you notice. And feel free to leave a little shade on Jake. He loves it.
They try to drown me. I can swim upstream so profoundly. I can stay calm in a dire situation. I'm at it every day, no time for a vacation. And I smell blood in the water. Everything I do, yeah, I do it for my daughters. Now I'm gonna shut your lips. It's time for a brand new episode of what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, said it's time for a brand new episode of Talkin' Jit.